For all the racist keep saying they have black fatigue, I think it's time we set the record straight. You don't have black fatigue, you have history fatigue. You're tired of being reminded that black people didn't just participate in the world, they were a huge part in shaping it. Every race and every culture has benefited from the sacrifices that black people have made. The civil rights movement didn't just open doors for black Americans, it expanded freedoms for everyone. And the shameful part is black people hardly, if ever, get the credit for it. Black people aren't just in music and sports. You guys need to get out more, okay? Black people are doctors, lawyers, pilots, judges, engineers, educators, innovators, and the list goes on. They hold up systems that people rely on daily while pretending that contribution doesn't exist. And no, this isn't pandering. This is lived experience. I grew up in an all-white neighborhood with very few black people and no other Asians. And at that time, the only culture that accepted me without question was the black culture. So when people talk about a world without black people, they expose how very little they understand about the world they already live in. Without black people, you don't get a world with less noise. You get a world with less creativity, less freedom, less culture, and less progress. If that truth exhausts you, it's not fatigue. It's discomfort with knowing how much you benefit from this world without acknowledging the source.
I know I've been posting a lot about the deporting situation, and you know, my mom, like yesterday, she told me, hey son, you should probably not speak too much on this topic because it might cause a problem for us. That's the exact reason why this is a problem. Whenever there's a problem, Asian people go, oh my God, and nothing changes. That's probably the biggest thing that pisses me off about Asian people. You realize the current situation is literally a crime against humanity. Look, I think 70 to 80, 90% of us can agree that if they take illegal immigrants that commit crimes or whatever, look, that's whatever, okay? But they're stripping people of citizenships, and they're also taking people that are citizens. So what the hell does that mean for me? I was born here as a citizen. I can't imagine my mom or my sister, or think about it, like you're a close family member, imagine they just get taken for whatever good reason. And at this rate, they're not even finding a good reason. You know what they're doing? Oh, he's brown, let me take him. Oh, he's yellow, let me take him. That's literally what's going on. So that's why we're in this crisis of literal, ethnic cleansing, if you want to think about it that way. And I'm not exempt because I'm Korean. And then all the Asian influencers watching right now, stop posting about here's my favorite boba. Or like, oh, here's my get ready with me. No one cares. And at least talk about the topic first to show that you're a human. And then you can start posting about your freaking stupid get ready with me. Oh, here's my favorite boba. Nobody cares about that right now. So at least address the issue, and then you can stroll on with your life. You'll probably gain a lot more followers that way. And who am I to say this when I only have 2,000 followers? Yeah, I know you're probably thinking that, but guess what? There's a lot of things that happens behind the scenes, and I've seen tremendous growth. Thank you guys so much for hearing me out and sharing my content. I appreciate you guys. It's time to go to the Ignacio. Let's go.
Birthright citizenship is going away, and people want black Americans to put the capes on and care about them, and we don't give a shit. Because every time we need another group, including people from the African diaspora, what do? You find ways to shit on our freaking legends like the Buffalo Soldiers, Harriet Tubman, so many others. You find a way to come over and undermine us. You find a way to go in and get under white supremacists, and find a way to just constantly find a way to shit on us. To show us there is no unity. We've tried the whole black and brown unity. We tried to save the freaking African diaspora. At this point, we are fucking resting. We don't give a shit. Now, if I don't speak for you, that's fine. But I can guarantee you a good chunk of black America is sick of everybody's shit. So it don't matter if you come from the freaking diaspora or any other group. We don't care.
I'm trying to figure out, why does black Americans think that they're getting deported? Where are we going? Black people are indigenous in this country. There were black Americans in this country before slavery. Okay, the only ones who are being deported are naturalized citizens. Okay, they are the only ones who can become denaturalized and deported out of America. Please stop the BS. And I know a lot of you are doing this for clicks and views. and things of that nature, or you're sending the wrong message. These same Africans that's coming on TikTok calling us all kinds of names, calling us lazy, we're on welfare. There are so many successful Black Americans. They wish that they can stay here and live the American dream and become doctors, lawyers, things of that nature, but they have to go back. Donald Trump is not doing anything wrong by sending people who doesn't even like Black Americans back. Bye-bye. Pack your bags and leave. Bye-bye.
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope you are doing great wherever you are watching us from. What happens when people who helped build a country decide they are done carrying everyone else's battle? For decades, Black Americans were told that every single struggle was connected, every fight was our fight, every cause needed our voice, every movement needed our bodies in the street. But now, a growing number of Black Americans are asking one question: where was the same energy when we needed it? And the answer they are getting are making a lot of people uncomfortable. Stay tuned because this conversation is exposing cracks in alliance that many people assume would last forever. Anyway guys, let's get straight into the video. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, like and share the video to help the channel out. I'll be back with my commentaries.
I got a question for you, for my Black Americans. And I know I posed this before, but I'm going to ask it again. Every time something like this happens, I always got to pose this question. Black Americans, do you think if we was being deported, if ICE was looking for us, they say, hey, we want all the Black Americans. We want all the indigenous Black people. We want all the Native Blacks. We want all the freedmen. We want all the emancipated people. We want all the FBAs. We want all of them. And we're going to ship them off somewhere. Do you think these immigrant groups over here going to fight for us? I want y'all to think about that. Do you think these immigrant groups in America is going to fight for us? Do you think they're going to put themselves, their life on the line for us? Do you think they will get on TV and speak for us? Huh? Do you think they'll be in the newspaper doing the interviews? Hey, man, I think it's wrong what they're doing to the Black Americans. No. You know how I know? Because guess what? Even when they were saying we was being detained, right, in Chicago, or they were trying to use this fear-mongering thing like, hey, y'all gonna get deported, y'all gonna get deported. All they were saying was, see, we told you so. See, we told you so. But they ain't make no fuss about us being detained or being about to be deported. They did not do nothing like that. It was like I told you so. Like they were happy to see us be detained. Like they was happy to report the news like, hey, Black Americans, they might be deported too. Like they was happy about that, but they weren't speaking out against it. You see what I'm saying? Y'all see the play that these people do, right? And another thing, shout out to my Chicago people. And I'm so happy my Chicago people telling the truth and standing on business because I'm listening to the people. I'm not listening to no politicians. I'm not listening to the boule people of Chicago. I'm listening to the people that's on the ground, right? Even the people on the ground saying that the government or the city officials put these people in their neighborhoods. And I remember for 3 years when in the Biden administration, you had multiples and multiples of Black American Chicago people at these city halls complaining like, don't drop these people off in our neighborhood. Now look at it now. Now, since they put the people in the Black neighborhood, now you see Democrats holler, you see now? You see, we told you that Trump gonna get y'all. Now y'all put the issue in our neighborhoods. Y'all created that issue, Democrats. Y'all created this. Why y'all didn't put these immigrants in YT neighborhoods? Y'all didn't put some of these people in Mexican neighborhoods out there in Chicago from what I'm hearing. Y'all put these people straight in Black neighborhoods. Y'all caused this problem. This is y'all problem. Y'all did this. The citizens of Chicago, especially the Black ones, was protesting that shit. Any Chicago people, if I'm lying, please correct me if I'm wrong, because I don't live in Chicago. I just listen to the people. But go back to my point. A lot of these Black immigrants, they want us to be deported. They want us to be with them as they get deported. Reason why? Because since they've been in this land, we've been protecting these people. We've been fighting for these people. We've been speaking out for these people. In the midst of all us doing that, they never really done nothing for us. You see them linking up with all these racist groups. You see them speaking all these talking points. Just like a brother mentioned. You could speak to these people on the streets. You can say, hey, what's going on? They'll look at you crazy. I live in Dallas, so I see all different types of groups of people. They do not speak at all. They act like they don't even want to speak to you. So why should my people get out here and stress over that? That's what I want to know. Why should my people stress over them, over a group of people that gave their ass for us to kiss? Huh? See, now since we ain't fighting for them no more, they want us to suffer with them. They want us to be scared of ice coming through the window. Nah, man. Nah, they're going to have to hold it on. But that's the question I want to pose for y'all. If it was us being deported, if it was us, would the immigrant class of people on this land, would they fight for us? I say no. Hell to the no.
You know what you would never hear if you went back to look at old footage of Dr. King, Malcolm X, Marcus Garvey, or any of these guys? You would never hear any type of division among them. Dr. King never mentioned Jamaicans, Haitians weren't part of whatever. Malcolm X never did that. Marcus Garvey, he was from Jamaica. Stokely Carmichael, who was from Trinidad. Everybody worked together, okay? So now we're allowing Trump and these racists to go back to that old blueprint where they want to separate, divide black people. And black people are anxiously and happy to do it. You understand? Because we're talking about the Somalis, you know, they need to go back, this and that. I understand that some people don't want to be black, okay? That's their fucking problem, okay? But at the end of the day, guess what? They want all black people to be weakened. And guess what's going to happen when everybody else that is black, from whether from Somalia, Jamaica, Haiti, or anywhere in Africa, when they get deported, right? Your numbers are going to be weaker in America, period, as black people. We can't afford that. White people are afraid about their numbers dwindling. You know, they have a history of destroying us the same way. When they invaded Haiti in 1915, you know, to destroy it, they came back and destroyed Black Wall Street in America within the same 5 years. So this is what they do. They want to divide us, to weaken us as a group. And a lot of us are just too happy about it. Now we create all types of subgroups to further divide ourselves, which makes them stronger. Our ancestors, our forefathers, never divided themselves. You understand? A lot of black people, especially Haitians, they've been here since the 1700s. They were fighting in 1771, you know, to make sure black people here would be free. Chicago was discovered in the 1800s by Jean-Baptiste Condorcet, who's Haitian. Marcus Garvey, I mean, W.E.B. Du Bois, his family was from Haiti. You understand? So we cannot afford to divide ourselves. We have to stay as a unit. This is why I wrote these books. A Time for Revenge, The Black Revolution Part 1 and 2. And I need y'all to start reading to understand that black unity is our strength.
Black Americans need to be heavily invested in this birthright citizenship conversation because we only have citizenship as a result of the 14th Amendment. And I know that there are segments of Black Americans that believe that we grew here like cornstalk. But if you're paying attention to the Supreme Court conversations that have been had today, they do not give a damn about indigeneity and have gone so far as to question Native folks. And if tribal indigenous folks can claim U.S. citizenship on their own land. I did a video last year, particularly talking about the Dred Scott decision of 1857. And if you're watching this on TikTok, you can look at my caption for that video. And I was talking about how the Dred Scott decision, which was a Supreme Court decision, tells you what you need to know about how they feel about us being here. Chief Justice Robert B. Taney said that Black people had no rights that a white man was bound to respect. That the Declaration of Independence naming that all men were created equal was not for us. And that ultimately servitude was our place as Black people in the United States of America. Then you can absolutely recognize that no matter how many times they talk about illegals gaining citizenship, they don't want Black people to have it either. I find it odd that in this time, Black people will be trusting anything white men have to say. When the reason we have a whole ass Juneteenth is because people in Galveston, Texas weren't even told that they were emancipated. And also, it's not a matter of them stripping away our citizenship in order to ship us wherever around the world. It is their goal to have us in a continuum of servitude.
ICE is not deporting Black Americans. Let me say it again. ICE is not deporting black Americans. Where's this coming from? What are y'all talking about? Y'all want people to jump on this ICE shit? If you are black American, please mind your business. We have nothing to do with that. It's not racist. It's just the facts. This ain't even a race thing. This is our country. We're home. There's nowhere to send us. Okay? Y'all keep talking about that thing that happened in Chicago in that building. Y'all already know the facts behind that. If you do, you do. If you don't, you don't. All right? They're not deporting black Americans. It's not possible. Anybody that's dark that's getting deported, they're not American. They're black in America, but they're not American.
Man, what's going on TikTok? How y'all doing? Hope y'all having a wonderful day. But check this out. Man, I noticed something with this deportation thing. I just couldn't figure it out. I said it in my video, but I just never thought about it. These people keep saying we're going to get deported, we're going to get deported, we're going to get deported. They projecting because we the only people that didn't immigrate here. We didn't migrate here. We not refugees to come over here. We not in the immigration system. We didn't have to pledge allegiance and denounce another country just to live here. We didn't do none of that. We not anchor babies. Our parents didn't come over here, didn't have us here. None of that. But they have. They have. And they hate that. They jealous of that. They jealous of that. Because number one, they thought they were going to be our replacement. They were working on it. I ain't gonna lie, they were working real hard to be our replacement. Then number two, they came over here to colonize us. But when they found out that Trump made it a way where we are emancipated people, we are children of slaves, we can't be deported. They hate that and that bothers them. That jealousy and envy bothers them because they already come over here with jealousy. They already come over here with envy. But now they see we can't go nowhere. Now they want us to be scared with them. They want us to be scared of if we see an unmarked car drive past our house. They want our heart to be beating fast. You know what I mean? When we go to restaurants and we see ICE come take somebody, they want us to be scared with them. And we just out here popping fans. You know what I'm saying? Well, them fans, we just popping fans, having fun, enjoying life, talking, trying to get our money right, trying to see what's going to happen in the future. We ain't even thinking about ICE. We're not even thinking about being deported like they is. They want us to be scared like them. They want us to be worried like them. You get what I'm saying? That, and I'm like, damn, bro, like they really are jealous of us. Not just the Africans and Caribbeans, the Mexicans are jealous of us. Because they mad because they not part of the 14th Amendment. They not. There's a lot of white people not part of the 14th Amendment either. They jealous of that, bro. We can trace our family to the 1700s. Some people can go far back than that. And they don't like it. And they jealous of it. And they hate it. I know it burns them up. Like all the contempt, all the anti-blackness they say about us, the rhetoric, the stereotypes, all that stuff they spew. And that one thing they can't get is the citizenship like we have. We emancipated people, and they hate that. Oh, they hate that. That burns them up. That's why they doing these scare tactics on us. That's why they doing all these things, because they want us to be fearful, just like them, of being deported.
Damn, this sister said, I just got in a bad argument yesterday with one of my Mexican friends. She asked, why wasn't we being deported back to Africa? Because black Americans are the only demographic of people in the United States who are non-deportable. We're the only ones that are not migrants. Let that sink in. And I'm not directing that towards you, sister. You already know what's going on. But a lot of those folks are confused. I mean, if we're really Africans and we really come from Africa, then why have they never tried to deport us to Africa? Let's talk about it.
Racist Latino community coming for black Americans. Now we have other people in the diaspora talking about, but black people are being deported too. What about us? We're not trying to be divisive, but I'm also remembering how many of y'all were sitting back saying that we were lazy, that we had no culture, we didn't know where we came from. and claiming things that are actually in our culture as your own. And I'm still not over the fact that a lot of y'all feel like Juneteenth, y'all should be celebrated too. So for y'all to sit in the comments and then co-sign on with that community that's being racist towards Black people, Black Americans especially, talking about, I'm so upset that the Black people are saying that they're not a part of this fight. It's all of us, because some of us are getting deported too. Babes, we're Black American. Remember the same demographic that y'all said that we always want to be the main character and that we're so xenophobic because whenever we sit back and defend ourselves against people saying shit about us, we're those people. So please stop making Black Americans feel like they have to be fucking patriotic. Leave us the fuck alone. Remember, all the rest of y'all thought that y'all were the better imports. We were the old imports. We were here before America was America. Okay? And that is not a call for the pretendians. So, yeah. Leave us out of the whole conversation. If y'all want to team up because y'all can't stand Black Americans, then team the fuck up. But the law is the law, because there's the civil law and then there's also the criminal law. And some of them have broken the civil and the criminal. And for the Latinos, the want to say, but we did Black Lives Matter. Number one, you saying that is very racist, because that's negating that Afro-Latinos exist. So let's start there. And then on top of that, Black Lives Matter was about under the law. Things were not being done under the law. Under the law. The deportation is happening because that is the law. We, the Black people, the Black community, we were not getting justice served. Killing people on the street is not a part of the rules of the land, baby. The rules of the land, just like any other country, you have to have a visa or citizenship to stay here for years. For years. So comparing it and saying that y'all fought with a student Black Lives Matter, number one, the numbers weren't numbering. Okay. And number two, that's negating the fact that y'all have Black people in your community. So it still goes back to you being racist, because we were fighting for things that were actually due to us, called due process. Maybe if you learned the rules of the land, you would know what due process means. And that's exactly what Black Lives Matter was fighting for us to actually have due process if somebody broke the law, or if they didn't break the law and they were unjustly killed by the police. You being deported because you don't have proper documentation is just what's not clicking.
I love when immigrants comes on underneath my comments and say, oh, you're next. First of all, you need to go learn your history. And that is why we don't like you. And you don't like us, and that's great. You don't even take the time to learn our history. And you don't even know that if it wasn't for our 14th Amendment, you would not be able to come over here, have babies, and gain birthright citizenship for your children. And we're the reasons why you were able to even come over here and get a green card, set up shop, and send money back to your family. Why do you flee? Why can't you build in your own country? And then you want to say, oh, we come to America for opportunities. Why did you leave your country to come over here and do that? Answer that. We are the strongest ethnic group in the U.S. that can't be touched. We're the only ones where if a news anchor says the N-word, they're getting canceled. They're getting fired. They're losing their income over a Black person. You're mad. We can't be touched. You're upset. We can't be touched. The amendment has been enacted for us, not for you, baby.
Really wondering why Black Americans are not getting deported? Really? See, that just goes to show y'all don't know anything about our history, baby, because we only been here for 80, 90 generations. Black folks, we built this nation on the backs of our ancestors. What you mean why we not getting deported? Huh? We only been here since the 18th century, even longer before then, even during the 17th century. We built the White House. We built everything. We built the economy here. We are the reason why this nation stands strong even into this day. Where they going to deport us? Where they going to take us to? We already home. What, they're going to deport us to Virginia? North Carolina? No, we already home. We not going nowhere, for those of you all guys were wondering. Sorry for bursting your bubble.
Everybody is talking a lot about this birthright citizenship thing that Donald Trump is doing. But I just want to say one thing, because I'm seeing a lot of videos. I just want to say this. Black Americans cannot be deported. The birthright citizenship law, like Trump said, was made for the Black Americans, for the children of the enslaved people. That's how we got our citizenship. We are not immigrants. So what Trump is doing is all the immigrants that came and tried to take advantage of the birthright citizenship thing, which it wasn't for them, he's getting rid of it. He's attempting to get rid of it for that reason. But it doesn't affect us. If your ancestors been in this land for the last 400, 500 years, it doesn't affect us. So I don't know why everybody pushing this propaganda like, oh, we are not immigrants. Black Americans, aka African Americans, are not immigrants. You know, I try to stay out of other people's business. Me personally, I try to stay out of other people's business. I try to mind Black American, aka African American business. But please, with the scare tactic, trying to get Black Americans riled up, that doesn't affect us. So it's like, I'm sorry, but that's not our fight. You know, we are Americans. We are the original Americans. We are the people. Our ancestors are the people that fought in every war, that assisted in building this country. That's us. So if you came from another country or something like that, I feel for you, but you know, I'm on my business. But stop with the propaganda. Like, Americans cannot be deported.
Welcome back, guys. Let's talk about something that has been building for years but is finally exploding into public view. A lot of Black Americans are no longer interested in being the automatic first responders for every social issue that pops up in America. And whether people like it or not, that's becoming impossible to ignore. Now, before anyone gets emotional, let's be clear. Nobody is celebrating hardship. Nobody is cheering for family to suffer. But many Black Americans are asking why they suddenly expect to jump into battles for groups that has often showed little concern for Black American issues. That's the question. For years, Black Americans have been told to stand solidarity with everyone: immigrants, minorities, marginalized communities, everybody. But many people are now looking back and asking, was that solidarity ever truly mutual? Because when conversation about anti-Black discrimination comes up, some Black Americans say they often hear excuses. When conversation about discrimination comes up, they hear excuses. When conversation about housing discrimination comes up, they hear excuses. When conversation about educational equality comes up, they hear excuses. Yet somehow, when another group faces a challenge, Black Americans are expected to immediately mobilize. That's the frustration, and that's why you are seeing a growing number of people saying, we are sitting this one out. Another reason this conversation has become so emotional is because many Black Americans see themselves as having a unique historical relationship with the United States. Their ancestors were here through slavery, through segregation, through Jim Crow, through the Civil Rights era, through every chapter of American history. From that perspective, many feel that their story is fundamentally different from people who arrived voluntarily generations later. Whether people agree or disagree with the argument, it is a major reason why this discussion have become so intense. Some black Americans believe that as certain immigrants group become more economically successful, part of those communities began looking down on black Americans. Again, not everyone, not even close, but enough stories, experience, and perception have accumulated that many people feel resentment has been building for years. They point to stereotypes, and because of that, some black Americans feel that respect has not always been reciprocated. That's why you are hearing more people rejecting the idea that everyone automatically belong in the same political coalition. The old assumptions are being challenged, and the old alliances are being questioned. The old narratives are being re-examined, and that makes people nervous because if trust disappear, coalition become much harder to maintain. But here is where I think the bigger lesson is. America changes when people stop feeling heard. It doesn't matter who they are. When people believe their concerns are constantly dismissed while they are expecting to care about everyone else's concern, frustration eventually turns into withdrawal. And that's exactly what we are witnessing. Many black Americans are saying, we have spent generations fighting for justice. We have spent generations pushing America forward. We have spent generations carrying causes that extended beyond our own community. Maybe it's time we focus on ourselves. Whether you agree with that sentiment or not, it is becoming a louder voice in public discussion, and ignoring it won't make it disappear. The real question isn't whether people agrees with this growing sentiment. The real question is why so many black Americans feel this way in the first place. Because until that question is honestly addressed, these divisions are only going to get deeper. Anyway guys, what do you think about this video? Drop your thoughts in the comment section and don't forget to subscribe to my channel, like and share the video to help the channel out. See you in my next video. For now, peace.